Maintaining a luxury vehicle can cost thousands, unless you drive a BMW. We're the only luxury brand that lets you pay nothing for maintenance for 4 years or 50,000 miles.
This is Mike Baldwin with Darnell Mayberry at the Ford Center. Another double-digit deficit, another loss, but this time was a little different, Darnell. They led by 15 points in the first half. They weren't playing catch-up all night, but yet they still fell behind by 20 points in the second half. What did you feel like the biggest culprit was tonight?
Turnovers. I mean, they had 21 turnovers. That's a season high. I mean, they only had, I think, 19 assists. Let me cheat here. 16 assists. 16 assists, 21 turnovers. You shoot 40%. That's the ball game.
You want 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. You're saying they were on the negative side. The fans even got a little upset tonight. It seemed like a little bit of the boo-birds came out and some of that. PJ addressed after the game, we've got to match the fans. We haven't given them what they deserve. What was your reaction to PJ in the postgame?
You know, I thought he was really sort of heartfelt tonight in the postgame. He talked about wanting to play for this city and respond to adversity like this city has so many times in the past. And right now, frankly, the Thunder is just not doing that. And I think, you know, they need to start doing that. It's a 9-game losing streak that they're on right now, and somehow they have to find a way to win. You have a team that's 1-9 coming to your building, and you turn a 15-point lead into a 15-point deficit. You trail by as many as 25. So I think PJ really was sort of emotional at seeing what his Thunder displayed tonight.
Because the crazy part is they're 23 of 23 at the line. They have some positives once again, but yet they find a way, and they felt like that the bad offense led to bad defense tonight, and that's been part of the culprit too, right? They're letting one end affect the other end. When a good team, when you go through a little bit of an offensive slump, if you can buckle down on the defensive end, the runs don't get so bad, but this team hadn't been able to do that.
When this team has been good, its defense has led to its offense, and tonight you saw, you know, when they turned the ball over on offense, it affected their defense. You know, they sort of hung their heads a little bit, you know, whenever they turned the ball. They had a stretch in the third quarter, midway through the third quarter, where they went 0 for 6, had 4 turnovers. So that's when that Clippers lead ballooned to about 15. They were up 3. They extended it to 15. The Thunder never could come back.
And the real interesting twist is the next team to come in here, a double dip back-to-back here, and then New Orleans is the Hornets. We're having a big package Friday. A lot of the fans feel torn. I mean, it doesn't look like the losing streak's going to end anytime soon when you got 2 with the Hornets. The Suns come here next Tuesday. Then you go play LeBron in Cleveland. But the Friday night thing is going to be pretty unique. I mean, a lot of the fans really still have some attachment to the Hornets, who you covered those 2 years. I mean, the players, we were asking in postgame, do you understand sort of what's going on? It's on national TV, the only national TV game. What's your impression of what's going to happen here Friday night?
I think it's going to be a special night. You know, I mean, this Ford Center, I think it'll be a sellout. I had a conversation with Hornets owner George Sheehan today. He says he's going to try to make it. He's battling an illness. I think he caught a cold on Sunday, but he's going to try to make it. And he says, you know, if he doesn't make it, he's going to be able to watch, and it's going to be sort of an emotional game for him. We're going to have a Q&A in Friday's paper with George Sheehan. He said, you know, I asked him, you know, what was his emotions be like watching that game. He said basically it's going to be like a victory, you know, a success story for 2 cities. And that's sort of how you have to look at it. The Hornets in New Orleans after Katrina, and here, you know, being the success story of no one thought that this city could host an NBA team. And so I think it's a good thing that ESPN is televising it to sort of showcase that to the country. That, you know, both of these cities, both of these franchises represent cities that have really overcome adversity and sort of proven the world wrong.
Definitely shows the 2 differences in 2 franchises right now. The Thunder loses tonight 108-88. They've lost 9 in a row. The Hornets last year were 1 win away from the NBA Western Conference Finals. We'll talk to you again Friday night from the Ford Center.